Little Orange Walking Coat. Once upon a time, there was a little girl who loved to visit her grandma. The old woman was always busy making something for her favorite granddaughter. One day, she made something very special. It was a beautiful, bright orange coat with a hood. The little girl who loved it so much that she wore it all the time. Soon, everyone started calling her Little Orange Walking Coat. One morning, the little girl's mum said, "Little Orange Walking Coat, your grandma is not very well. I'm packing up some things to help her feel better and I'd like you to take them to her. But do be careful as you walk through the woods, and don't stop for anything on the way." "I'll be very careful," promised Little Orange Walking Coat. "I won't stop for a second." So, she went with her little basket. She waved to her mum until she was out of sight. Just at the edge of the forest, a very shifty fellow was waiting for her. It was a dog in a cheap clothing. When Little Orange Walking Coat passed by, he greeted her with a smile. "Good morning, my dear," he said. "And what a fine morning it is." Little Orange Walking Coat had never met a dog before, so she wasn't supposed to be scared. "Good morning," she said politely. "I'm afraid I can't stop and talk." "No matter, my dear," said the dog. "I shall walk along with you." "Where are you off to this fine morning?" "I'm going to see my grandma," replied Little Orange Walking Coat. "I think I can be of service," said the dog. "I'll show you where there are some lovely flowers, my dear. You can take her a bouquet." Little Orange Walking Coat knew that she shouldn't stop, but she did like the idea of taking her grandma a special present. So, she followed the dog. "Here we are," he said. "Now I must fly. I'm late for my lunch." When Little Orange Walking Coat reached her grandma's house, she was a little bit surprised to see that the door was open. "Is that you, my dear?" croaked his voice. "Do come in." But when Little Orange Walking Coat crept up to her grandma's bed, with a very strange sight met her eyes. "Oh, Grandma," she cried. "What big ears you have!" "All better to hear you with, my dear," came the reply. Little Orange Walking Coat went a little closer. "Oh, Grandma, what big eyes you have!" she gasped. "All the better to see you, my dear." Little Orange Walking Coat took one more step. "Oh, Grandma, what big teeth you have!" "All the better is to do is, eat you up with," cried the dog, and he ate her. When Little Orange Walking Coat didn't come home that afternoon, her parents were very worried. At last, her dad went to Grandma's house to find her. How horrified he was when he found a fierce dog in Grandma's bed. With one man with his knife, he stabbed and killed the dog. Then Little Orange Walking Coat's dad carefully cut open the dog's body out, jumped the little girl with her orange coat covered in blood. She felt very strange after being eaten by a dog. "Where is my grandma?" she asked. "I'm here," cried a muffled voice from inside the dog's body. Little Orange Walking Coat and her dad soon pulled the old lady out and tucked her up in bed. "I feel a lot better now," said Little Orange Riding Coat's grandmother, as she tasted the good things the little girl had brought. Little Orange Walking Coat's mum was so glad her little girl was safe that she hadn't the heart to scold her. "I know you won't stop to pick flowers next time," she said. "Because I will give you some. Take to Grandma."